Hey, this is Mike Kent, Professor of Computer Information Systems, San Jacinto College on the Central Campus, recording a quick lecture for my ITCC 1314 class where I'm demonstrating using Wireshark with the Cisco labs 9216 and 9235. So I'm going to minimize my desktop here, and if I minimize my web browser, excuse me. And if we look at the lab right here, the lab wants us to run go through lab. Go through lab 9216 and 9235. Well, the first one is going to capture a TCP three-way handshake, except we're going to do a filter that filters it down just to TCP sync flags equal 1. That way we'll only see the handshakes that are starting. So I'm going to copy that right there. And if I go to my Wireshark program, which I just downloaded, unzipped, and ran, I've got it running right here. I'm going to put my filter in. I'm just going to paste it. And I'm going to start a capture. And let me go to my web browser and let's just refresh. Come on, there we go. Let me see if I can get some traffic by refreshing google.com. That should trigger a three-way handshake. So let's see if that happened. I'm going to minimize my web browser and look at all this gorgeous traffic I have that occurred while I was away. I'm capturing it. So I'm going to hit my stop capturing, and I'm going to find a three-way handshake here. So there's a ton of them where the sync flag is set to 1. So what I want to do is find a conversation. Let's see if this one will do. I'm going to right click and say conversation filter TCP, and I can see a three-way handshake with these 3 packets right up here. I think I can go to view and say zoom in. That's a little bit better. So let's look at the first request I sent. I'm clicked on this top one right here. You'll see the blue one. This is live data I captured. And you can see I'm using TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. The sync flag is on, which means I'm doing a sync request. I'm sending sequence number 0. I'm starting my three-way handshake. Okay? And if you actually open this up, each flag, if I open up flags, each flag is a different bit. So there's the sync flag. But it just tells us this at this layer. So I'm doing a sync request with TCP. Okay, that's great. And we're talking from my port 50,000. 50,374 is my port number, to 443, which is an encrypted web server, probably Google, but I'm not sure on that IP address. Now, that's the first message. If I go to the second message, you can see up here it says sync acknowledge. So this is, and the IP addresses are flip-flopped. So 172.217.14.164 is responding to me. It is responding with a acknowledgement of my sync and its own sync request. It's acknowledging 1. Remember, my sync was 0, so it acknowledges 1 to say, I got your 0, send me 1. And it does its sync request starting with sequence 0. So it's saying, I'm starting. So then finally, the third message is me sending a acknowledgement to its sync request, and I'm acknowledging number 1. So here's my three-way handshake. All right. And there's other 3, and this is I'm doing a conversation filter. What I did is I clicked on this first packet, I right-clicked on it, and I went to conversation filter TCP. Show me all the TCP traffic between these 2 IP addresses and these 2 port numbers. And this was everything going on. This was a three-way handshake, and then it was initializing a secure encrypted conversation. Okay, and then went on and on. But Anyway, and as the traffic is being transported, you can see acknowledgement, acknowledgement, acknowledgement. So it's acknowledging. That's what TCP does. Now, I'm going to set up for a DNS request here. I'm going to start. Do I want to save the data? No. I'm going to clear my filter up here. I want my filter to be DNS. That's the only thing I'm interested in. And to do a DNS request, I'm going to bring up a command prompt. Now, I just did a NS lookup for Yahoo, so it's in my local cache in the RAM of my motherboard. So if I go back to, let me get to the right command here, ipconfig flush DNS, that will flush my DNS request out of RAM. So now when I say NS lookup yahoo.com, it's going to have to go talk to my DNS server to find out the IP address of Yahoo. So I'm going to press enter, and you can see I got a result and I have some traffic. I'm going to hit stop capturing. Now we got to look through this because there's some different stuff going on. It said yahoo.com, no such domain, yahoo.com, no such domain. Right here though, it got an answer. It sent a DNS request from me, 192.168.168.128, and it sent it to, since this is a virtual machine, it talked to the parent computer. But it sent a DNS request, which is a UDP. If you look down here, hang on, let me get the one we're having. This was my DNS request, and this was my DNS request. And that had the reply. I'm going to say conversation filter. Now this is UDP traffic. So now we're down to we sent a packet, we got a response. DNS, sent a request, domain name system. I'm asking who the hell is yahoo.com? Excuse me, who the heck is yahoo.com? I need to know its IP address. The second packet, you see the IP addresses are swapped. This is the DNS server responding. And if I come down here and open up the answer, the query is yahoo.com. The answers are, take your pick. Here are all the IP addresses for yahoo.com. So that's a DNS request I captured. So I'm going to actually minimize this, and you can see that it's working exactly like it said in the curriculum and in the videos. So since you can try to do this at home, if you're going to install Wireshark, make sure you uninstall it when you're done with it. Don't leave it on your computer. I did it in a virtual machine for extra security because I think Wireshark does have some security holes, but I wanted to be able to capture this and show it to you. I needed admin rights to install Wireshark, so I just created a little Windows 10 virtual machine and installed Wireshark on it, and I'm recording the screen here. So I'm doing this so you do not have to do Lab 9. Thanks a lot, everybody.